Hey there, my name is Pravus, welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. We are playing as the Montana Enclave chapter. We conquered a fair bit more territory, we are now the master of the Dakotas, and now we are pushing against the Washington Brotherhood. We will take the entirety of Washington State, this I vow. I don't know why exactly the Enclave wants it. Strategic value, I guess. Take over the coast, give us some sort of giant, Enclave super fleet and we can terrorize California? I mean, that'd be my dream come true, I have no idea. But regardless, we've managed to surround a huge pocket of the enemy troops. They are going to be fighting with desperation in their eyes at this point, and then we just rinse and repeat until they're dead. And frankly, what could happen, if I really wanted to, if I were to clear this area out and then it turns out the enemy has a bunch more troops, I'd just pull back to this area and then just keep doing it. Because the AI is stupid and doesn't really know how to respond to paradrops, which is just such delightfully good fun for me. I did spend one of my favors with the Secretary of the Interior, by the way, to get the vertibird schematics. Can't remember if I showed that off in the last video or not, but basically I have everything I now need to start manufacturing my own VB-02 transports, which are the far, far, far superior version of plane transports. I mean, we could go for cargo planes. That's an option, but why bother? We're gonna get the really good stuff, and then, very soon, I should be able to get the VB-02 gunships. Why? Because if we go up over this direction, regardless of the Secretary of the Interior, if we can get all the way to Malmstrom restored, we get sophisticated air tech. So I'm gonna have the best transports and CAS in the game very soon. So how bad is they're out of supply? It's not as bad as I might have expected, to be honest. They've lost 20% attack and about 10% defense. Well, 9% really, but you get the idea. And that does make a difference at some point, right? It reduced their defense enough, and then my soft attack overcomes their defense. I start doing, quadruple point damage. It obviously makes a huge difference. That lack of defense is huge, but I feel like it should be a lot less than that. They're in a wasteland, a Fallout wasteland with nothing. Fallout wasteland, Fallout wasteland, Teenage Wasteland. Does anyone know that song? Anyone remember that song? I don't know. I just sort of said it, and my brain was all like, I feel like I could make a reference to something that people probably don't even know anymore. Wow. Maybe this is the first oncoming sign of dad joke kind of stuff. You think? Okay, that clears out a pretty large chunk of their forces. Out of curiosity, what kind of casualties are they looking at? They've lost about 4,000 men. Port Maw has lost another 4,000 compared to my 463. I mean, okay, that's just, I would say that's not bad. That's 20 to 1 KD ratios. We're gonna make it a little bit better over here. As long as we maintain this as a good, sensible push, yeah, we can keep that going. All right, we're a bit low on manpower. Reinforcements have arrived, gets me an extra 2,000. That'll be good. Troops are in position. We're gonna go ahead and take these one at a time. See if we can just go ahead and land a bunch of guys over here. Hopefully we can. We don't have the air superiority I would have expected, if I'm honest. Wow, we've lost a shocking number of planes. How on earth is this happening? Oh, we don't have enough manpower to sustain them. Oh, right. Well, that would be a thing. No problem. All we gotta do is just find some places where we are fighting lots of folks and say, hey, pull back on the patrols just a bit, if you don't mind. That'll save me a lot of manpower. Ugh, I can't quite get what I need here. We need to get to 75% air superiority, and they have just enough planes that they are preventing me from doing just about anything. That is just immensely frustrating, ain't it? Well, I'll tell you what, we can still do the classic hook maneuver and just punch through the old-fashioned way. That's a way to encircle some troops. All right, same difference, just more painful. How are the casualties looking now? Still pretty heavily in my favor. Kind of surprised the KD ratio is still looking as good as it is, honestly. Not bad. I mean, this is a great thing about using my power armor as paratroopers. Even if all else fails, guess what they are? Walking freaking tanks. We can still crush everyone in front of us. War effort is going well so far. Little encirclements here and there take away their airports so they have less room for planes. The problem is they still have enough planes in here that they are causing issues for me, so I'm having to pull my own air force back because I lost way too many fighters and way too many cargo planes. Makes me kind of sad, to be honest. Still, this shouldn't be that hard, we just have to play smart. So if I can cross over, let's say, to this river crossing right here, that'll encircle everything within this region. And things are still looking pretty good, I think. Yeah, 20,000 dead to mine 1,000 dead. So still keeping that KD ratio up nice and high. I kind of use that as a justification for, like, am I still playing well? Right? As long as I'm still doing that, as long as I have the same rough thing, no matter what tactics I'm using, they must be at least pretty effective. And 20 to 1, we call that pretty solid under any circumstance. Just move a push over here, take New Moscow, and these guys should have full encirclement with absolutely zero supply remaining. Beautiful. And with them all under control, honestly, as long as my army is able to fully capture this area, let's go ahead and use these guys to maintain the push. I just realized they have unique models for trains in this mod. Nice actual convoys here. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to be trying to ward off the Brotherhood in these regions, but mostly I want to start making a push directly into the core territory of Washington State itself. Rather than fight in a quagmire of territory that'll fall anyway, if we can get our troops over here and actually take down all the main victory points, whole thing should fall like a stack of cards. This is obviously a stupidly risky maneuver because I'm just threading my way behind enemy lines at this point, trying to snake out and grab the victory points. But if I'm right that I've encircled and destroyed almost the entirety of their army at this point, they shouldn't be able to capitalize on this. Emphasis on the word shouldn't. And there we go. Alrighty. They fall, and actually the war instantly properly validates, and we get a lot of actual equipment this time around. It's been a while since I've actually gotten anything that matters. We also get Port Maw for free. Nifty. Confirm and exit, and boom. Okay, my font is a little bit messed up now, but that is our empire. We just bypass a bunch of focuses, which actually is very helpful. The heirs of Benedict Arnold. Really, of all the people you want to be the bears of, Benedict Arnold? Are you sure? Okay, sure, why not? Holy crud, why did this place right here get unbelievably high resistance? 85%? Jeez, dude. The Hangdogs just declared war on the Kaiser. Okay, so this is probably going to be a turning point where the NCR is able to rally, because if the Kaiser doesn't have a lot of troops already in this position, with Lanius not here to guard his back, willing to bet he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So, alright, the Kaiser might end up falling. Doesn't really matter too much what's happening in the south, it's just kind of interesting to me. What I plan on doing at this point is conquering everything from here and to the north. And that will be the glorious new enclave for the United States. At least I hope that's how it's going to work. Holy crud, we got a load of air experience. 627, how'd that happen? I don't even know, but okay. We should probably spend some of that, don't you think? I think so. Yeah, just like that, I was able to fill out my entire air doctrine. Hilarious. Okay, yeah, I didn't even notice I was generating that much. That was amazing. And we have an upgrade for our power armor, so no more of this scavenge nonsense. T45D. That's what we get for the time being, and now I should be one technology away, there it is, for the high-pressure hydraulics, at which point I should then be able to get the APA technology, as long as I finish off the Washington Brotherhood focus path, which we are well on our way to doing. In about 70-something days, 74 days, we should have this finished, and we'll be able to request those schematics. Everything's going exactly according to plan here. So what is this Benedict Arnold chain thing gonna be, exactly? The broken chain. They'd let him keep his mask and ventilator, at least. A small mercy, or a joke from the men who called him the Mortal. Better to have died when Seattle fell, perhaps. Oh, we're talking about the Immortal, the guy who leads the Washington Brotherhood. Got it. We played as them before, didn't we, a while back? That was actually a pretty fun campaign, if I recall. Days of interrogations, asking why he betrayed his country, as if he owed his oath to a nation that died 200 years ago. As if he owed loyalty to lost hills who'd forgotten them. Patroclus, his cellmate, still held faith that the Brotherhood prevail, but what hope had they now? They shared a cell of the whimsy of men who said two traitors could partner in prison as they had not as warriors, and stared with remorse and regret for hours. When the door opened, the Immortal almost laughed as the agent struggled to fit, but he showed no response. They'd broken his leg the last time he'd laughed. The brute stared at him silently, and the Immortal wondered once again what was behind that mask. Was there anything at all? "We are sending you to Chicago," rasped the agent. "Perhaps you will find your answer there." I don't think anything in particular happens that's a benefit to me exactly, but I mean, like, It's just kind of a cool ending to a major character. All right, we're now going to make Washington proud. The window on the Pacific is the next event. Conquering Washington was one thing, but ruling the foggy mess, quite another. At the end of the day, until the Enclave restored the Transcontinental Railway, Seattle would be an outpost and nothing more. But that is not to say there is nothing of value in the region. The mysteries underneath Capitol Hill gave so many insights. And how fitting that the Brotherhood's remnants were used to test Secure Site P1. To administrate the Pacific Northwest, the Enclave created a new division, the Pacific Command. Its leader shall ensure that work on the special circumstance surrounding secure sites are undisturbed. What the heck is happening here? Hold on. So, we're handing this territory off. Can I just say that I hate when this happens? Like, I hate when this happens. We're giving almost all of this off to the Washington Enclave. Either that or I'm about to become the Washington Enclave, but I'm pretty sure no. Okay, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. So, I get to keep all this land. But all of this just got handed off as a separate splinter-off faction. I mean, they're my ally, right? Like, they're part of my faction, but like... Really, though? Really? So now, if I want to do anything with these guys, these subjects, I'm going to have to annex them the old-fashioned way. And that's going to take for freaking ever. Whatever, at least I'm about to free up all my manpower so I can sustain more wars. Let's inform the Secretary of Success. At this point, I say we go ahead and just kill Heaven's Gate. Okay, they're one of the only people left who could be a threat to me on my immediate border, at least until the NCR gets into play. And I don't like what they're doing to my my font and stuff. I don't like being split like this. So, since we've got a bunch more manpower to work with all of a sudden, I say we just go ahead and kill them. Yes, yes, the Secretary shall be pleased. Excellent. All right, Journey to the North Star. We are beginning the third campaign, which should push us all the way up in this direction. Question. By the end of things, are you guys going to create another Enclave branch? Am I going to lose all this free territory? Because that would make me pretty sad. We're ready to declare this war? I think the answer is probably yes. They are also at war with the Lord's Anointed down over this direction. I'd rather not have to share things with them, but at the end of the day, I guess it's okay. Alright, this is kind of a weird area with lots of nasty terrain, but it's perfect for the use of my paradroppers. As long as I am not being contested in the air. So let's start with, let's say, southern Idaho, and launch the planes. Oh, right, but I've got to call these guys into the war. Ugh, dang it. All right, right. So with this, I should have just cut off this segment over here, and I'm struggling to cut off this segment over here. But if I can get a little bit more pushing here, it's a very small encirclement for me. They're really unhappy with me. They're actually putting up a pretty decent fight trying to stop me from making any ground here, but it's fine. I got what I needed over here, got some encirclements, got some kills. All I have to do is just pull these troops back and do some more drops in, let's say, these valleys over here. And that will encircle and kill these guys, and so on and so forth until I've surrounded and taken their capital, and it's all mine. Launch the next wave, take all that, boom. Now these little guys are surrounded. March in and take advantage and clear them out. And Heaven's Gate is down. All right. What do we want? Basically anything that clears up my font. So this basically is kind of the minimum of what I want. Let's go ahead and submit those demands. Looks like they are not contested. That's great. To be honest, I don't really care about the rest. I guess we could take something like this for, like, the heck of it. Sure. But the rest you can honestly keep. I don't really care that much. I got what I wanted. Heaven's Gate actually has a lot of resources on it, so it was a pretty good haul for me. For honestly, not all that much effort. All right, so national focus. We have finished with hunting the Stampede, which gives us claims and war goal on the Great Stampede, which is up to the north, and it looks like we have to finish that before we can continue. So, anything else that would make sense to do? Saving Spokane only makes sense if I actually do integrate my vassal, because, well, that's the only way I'm going to get a core on it anyway. We could go for Special Forces, research bonus for energy weaponry, and I don't know what this is. A salute to the brave boys who keep the Enclave active. I mean, it might be kind of fun. Or, alternatively, let's just go ahead and unlock that special power armor schematic, just so I can research it if I want to. But at least you can see what I mean as far as, like, fixing up the font. Now the Montana Enclave doesn't look so bad. It looks okay. All right, excellent. Now, as usual, I'm starting to run into manpower issues again. Gosh dang. Thank God for this new citizen care package. It's the only way that I'm even having a chance at keeping some things online right now. This wasteland pacification, man, it's proven to be a little bit tough, borderline insufficient. However, somehow, I just got an absolute ton of extra factories. Alright. So, we're finally up to a at least semi-respectable number. 63 military factories. At this stage of the game, I should have so much more than this. But you know, I'll take it. Let's see, my troops are in position. I guess we go ahead and declare a war on the couple, whoever these guys are, led by two families, Lockharts and the Sundells, and their heirs, Aileen and Phoenix. Okay, well, something weird's happening in Alberta, but that's fine. They got a lot of troops, actually, enough to be dangerous. But do they have what we call the superior air force? Me thinketh probably not. Paradrop all over the place. Go, 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 go. Look at that, cancerous tumors everywhere. Beautimus. All right, so just like that, I'm pretty sure we just decapitated all of their supply generation in this area. As is shown by the fact that these guys are out of supply and taking attrition. Are you carrying like a Zweiender or a Zweiender, however that thing's pronounced? Look at that sword. Where'd you get that in Alberta? And the even better question is, how do I get one for myself? Anyway, all right. So in theory, we have all the local supply generation, so we should be able to just entrench and hold this. That means red. You are now clear for a counterattack. Have fun. Godspeed. God bless the Enclave, I say. God bless the Enclave. The important thing is just to pay attention, make sure we stay entrenched with enough organization that we don't lose any troops. I would hate to lose my manpower. And all this beautiful, beautiful power armor. Oh, man. Once we get access to the Enclave's power armor, though, this strategy is going to get even stronger. I'm already swapping out all of my cargo planes in favor of the proper VB-02 transports with the unbelievably good range and speed. Like, wow, dude. And if I can get myself this airbase real quick, actually, we can go ahead and reset a bunch of my power armor and do it again. And let's go ahead and launch once again, take a whole bunch more stuff. Whoa, this time they're actually trying to defend. What do you know? Okay, well, let's see if we can send some people in over here to assist. Can you get in over here and help? Can you guys get in over here and help? And then let's just connect some of this stuff if we can, though we're going to be pushing it a little bit. Oh, see, this is the kind of thing that you don't want to see right here. We're in a lot of danger right like that. Let's try to counterattack with a few troops over here so that they don't feel inclined to continue their assault. There we go. Starting to build up some of that organization. Just don't want to lose any paratroopers. Come on, they're way too valuable. Can't imagine these guys have a whole lot left to work with. No, they're 97% of the way towards capitulation. Perfect. Ooh, gotta be careful. Don't want to lose these last little guys up over here. There we go. The Great Stampede is very greatly dead. Thank you. Confirm an exit. More territory for me. Added on to the pile of places I have to subjugate. It's gonna be great. All right. Hey, look. More power armor. Yay. So what is this last little event going to be down over here? The Tales of Granite Company? There's some sort of a salute thing going on, I guess? Kind of curious what's going to happen with that. Let's first also move on to the next focus, which is horsepower for the mine. Lose some population and gray stable, but gain. Apparently, all of their resources get transported over to my territory and my cores. Yeah, okay, I mean, that could be useful. Interesting. There are some things we can do to actually make our riders more effective than I would have expected. So, for example, recon increases suppression value, which surprises me, but at the cost of just some support equipment, which I've really never used this entire run, increasing that suppression value means less of these divisions are needed in order to keep the garrisons going, which actually saves me manpower. So that's interesting. The, what is this, command and control robots would do a lot as well, actually. Which we haven't touched that, but that was something we saw way up over here with the whole iBot Reliance thing. And we'd be able to use this to try and get some research for a special robot that would allow us to control the population. Honestly, given that this is probably my #1 concern, I think this is now worth doing. Ah, lovely. I've also trained up a whole bunch of armored trucks. This will be nice. Well, hello, Broilo. I was wondering where you would come in. Okay. Yes, I've got a whole bunch of armored trucks, which should allow us to start doing a ton of extra damage with very heavy armor. Literally tanks at this point. So what is the secretary going to tell me to kill off this time? Clean up Calgary. Should Yellow Jacket exist, invite them to my faction. The rest of the freaks have to go. So good thing you get war goals. Okay. Or receive war goals on any communists. The ghoul who apes America's glory will also go, but should the Commonwealth remnants have come to an arrangement, we can make a deal. Interesting. First off, do the Commonwealth remnants exist and stuff? I mean, Strath Commune looks pretty communist-y to me. What about Yellow Jackets? I do not see Yellow Jackets anywhere, so I don't know what that one would do for me. Right, let's go for the fate of the Canadian Communists. Yeah, that sounds fun. The Inhuman Resources Division. Nordican's offspring, say for Yellow Jacket, are monstrosities. Yeah, Yellow Jacket I think is supposed to be up here, but they are dead. But Mosquito, there's a useful monstrosity. Mosquitor loves to experiment on the mutants of the wasteland, testing them to destruction, and it's learned so much about the fragilities of the human condition. Rather than destroying it, we could trade dissidents, rebels, and anyone who meets a quota in exchange for data. So, more specimens or get claims instead. I'd rather just have claims. That way, if I want to just go ahead and kill Nordicon, we can, because Mosquito's up here, and they're about to die. So, like, meh. I'm going to change up my strategy just a little bit. We're going to try to, instead, launch all of these air forces in a way that we block off all the supply that is heading to where my trucks are going. If this works the way that I'm hoping it will, we'll be able to make a pretty aggressive push over here. Let's go ahead and tell these guys to get moving. Maybe clear off this entire area, clear out the front, and then we can reset and make a push around Redmond and stuff. I don't know. Alright, what else we want? We can continue getting upgrades for things like miniguns, and never a bad idea to have more cyber pooches who can deal with the suppression, because y'all know there's a lot of suppression to go around. Seems to be working pretty well. We can get some very small encirclements. The one advantage I'm using with these motorized divisions is this time they have speed, right? I got my power armor working as tanks, but I also now have some speed to back it up, which means we can actually go for some small encirclements, and then let the power armor do the cleanup, and that is an equally viable strategy as opposed to all the para-dropping. When facing a really large enemy like I am right now, I feel like that's probably the better strategy to go for, to be honest. And yeah, I'm glad I sent as many troops as I did up over here, because they're going to start pulling more troops around up this area, but I should definitely be able to hold this and disrupt any flow from their railroads. So in theory, nothing from the capital is now getting to this entire area. It's all just local supply generation, of which, admittedly, there is a fair bit, because, well, that's just how this game works sometimes. There we go, there we go. Got a little dicey in a couple of spots here, but we should now be able to go into massive cleanup duty, and this will take out a big chunk of Alberta, Canada, so that we can clean them all up, and we'll reset with our planes. And then we'll go around the capital, and once we got the capital, we push west as much as we need to until these guys cry uncle. Oh, dear God, I haven't been paying attention. These guys have been absolutely shredding through my Air Force. Oh, crap. Okay, the communists had some toys, apparently. And I've got no manpower to field additional wings. Oh, dear. All right, so all of a sudden, I'm in a position where I have to continue making my pushes with 0 air support. Oh, no. Oh, very no. That's not a good position to be in at all. These guys are proving shockingly resilient here. I mean, I'm making some pushes, but it is not coming without a cost. The current wars show that right now, we've managed to kill a pretty good amount, but I've lost 1.7 thousand men. They've got 15,000 men to just spare and keep going. Like, that's the insanity of all this. I've got 0 manpower left. None whatsoever. They've lost 15,000 men, yet they seem to be still fighting at full strength. I'm envious. That's what I am. I'm very envious. What is this thing here? Our eyes in Canada. Get an event. Agent Sigma. As long as somebody... Who was that? As long as the Kingdom of Manitoba exists, something will happen. These guys right here. Do we have ourselves a secret agent? That'd be fun. Agent Sigma. Canada was an American treasure before the Great War, rich in coal, natural gas, water, and other resources. Small wonder that its commodities play a role in the Enclave's plans, even if they are not yet apparent. Agent Sigma operates as spy on the frozen north, but should he ever need to become more than a spy, well, we would need to lend him a helping hand. Gain decryption against a bunch of people also. Apply the upgrade merchant spies to my intelligence. Wow. We just got a whole bunch of free upgrades for my spy agency. Not what I was expecting to get. but I'm not unhappy about it. And Strath Commune actually just died. I thought I had a long way to go, to be honest, but they actually just fell apart. Perfect! Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I cannot eat this. I want to, but I'm not sure that I can. Question, crud. I wish I could see my national focus tree, because I don't know if I need to core all this in order to continue with the next step. I suppose I actually can just take it all and release it if I need to. Alright, so what happens now? We get to do Lessons of the Winter War as long as all core land is mine or my allies or subjects. Okay, so as long as it's my subjects, we'll be fine, and we'll get the Winter War lessons, which reduces the attrition in the area, which, you know, that's gonna be nice and all. So let's get up over here to the occupied territories, and let's just go ahead and release at least a few. Although I hate the idea of releasing, you know, freaking communists, but like, whatever. I mean, that said, I don't know, we're low on manpower, but we've got really good compliance with a lot of these folks already. Strath Commune is the only one I don't, and they're the ones that are going to be a problem. But several of these other ones are close? How bad are we in the hole as far as manpower? I'm guessing pretty bad. We're only about 100 or so manpower out right now. That's it? That doesn't feel that bad. Still. It's going to get worse. We're going to release Strath Commune as a puppet. That at least takes care of this group. And then... oh gosh, do we just release the rest or not? I'm gonna release Big Grass, which are these guys up over here. And then these guys are White Court. Alright. Let's release... well, actually, I don't know. White Court, no garrison needed. How can there be no garrison needed? That doesn't feel right. There we go, I was gonna say! Alright, release that. Okay, so now we're very much in the hole. Yeah, I have no choice. Alright, release these all as puppets. Okay, alright. This, at least, is, once again, in a more manageable state. Not what I'm happy with, but it's a little bit better. Alright, I have other things I need to be doing right now, so I'm actually going to end this video here. But we do need to go kill Nordican probably next. These are the guys we're supposed to finish off. Then, after that, I don't really totally know what happens. It looks to me like we will be able to move on to the Cold Wind Blows. And that will give me my last favor, of which, by the way, I've already spent all 3, so I don't know how that worked out. Then we can move on to our final battle. Against whom? We don't know! But we're gonna kill him. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and share that notify bell. And I will see you guys next time.